It began as a routine day in the bustling city of Boston, where a crowd had gathered in the Grand Hall of Harvard University for a much-anticipated Global Youth Conference. Cameras rolled, journalists scribbled in their notepads, and a quiet buzz filled the air. Among the distinguished guests was John Kennedy, a celebrated American entrepreneur, philanthropist, and motivational speaker known for his sharp intellect and unshakable confidence. He had debated world leaders, advised presidents, and inspired millions. Yet, that day, he was about to meet someone who would leave him and the entire world speechless. From the back of the hall, a small figure approached the stage. She was introduced as Lin Mai, a 17-year-old prodigy from Shanghai with an officially measured IQ of 214, the highest ever recorded in modern times. The audience fell silent as she stepped up to the podium, her eyes calm, her demeanor humble yet strangely magnetic. John Kennedy smiled politely, unaware that his encounter would challenge not just his intellect, but his understanding of humanity itself. The event began as a friendly intellectual exchange, a live discussion on the future of artificial intelligence and human morality. Kennedy opened with his trademark confidence, weaving economic theories and ethical dilemmas into a powerful argument about how technology should serve mankind, not replace it. The crowd applauded, but when it was Lin Mai's turn to speak, her first words cut through the air like glass. "Mr. Kennedy," she said softly, "you speak of technology serving humanity, but have you considered that perhaps humanity is still learning how to serve itself?" The hall went silent. Kennedy's expression flickered a surprise, curiosity, and perhaps a touch of unease. What followed was not a debate, but a collision of minds. Lin Mai spoke of empathy, purpose, and the dangers of measuring human worth solely by achievement. Her examples drew from history, philosophy, and even quantum theory, blending science with soul in a way few could grasp and fewer could forget. As the discussion deepened, Kennedy found himself challenged in ways he hadn't expected. Every question he posed, she answered not with data, but with wisdom. When he pressed her on the limitations of emotion in rational progress, she simply smiled and replied, "Emotion is the language of connection, Mr. Kennedy. Without it, intelligence is an empty echo." The crowd erupted in applause, but then something unexpected happened, something no one could have predicted. Kennedy, the man known for his unbreakable composure, fell silent. For several seconds, he simply looked at Lin Mai, his eyes reflecting a storm of realization. Finally, he said quietly, "You've made me see something I forgot a long time ago, that intellect without compassion builds walls, not bridges." Tears glistened in the eyes of people across the room. The cameras zoomed in as Kennedy, visibly moved, extended his hand to Lin Mai. She hesitated, then took it. The image of that handshake went viral within hours, a symbol of humility, respect, and the meeting of two worlds, wisdom born of experience, and brilliance born of purity. After the event, reports spread like wildfire. News outlets dubbed it the day genius met humanity. Lin Mai became an overnight global sensation, yet she shunned fame, choosing instead to return to her hometown in China, where she began a small foundation to teach emotional intelligence to gifted children. Kennedy, on the other hand, would later reveal in an interview that the encounter changed his life. "She reminded me that being the smartest person in the room doesn't matter," he said. "What matters is being the kindest." Months later, Kennedy visited Lin Mai's foundation unannounced. He spent a day with her students, listening as they shared dreams of a world where intelligence and empathy worked hand in hand. Before leaving, he turned to Lin Mai and said, "You've built something I could never build with money or power, I hope." The video of that visit broke the internet again, but this time, it wasn't about a confrontation. It was about connection, and a simple truth that greatness is not defined by IQ, status, or fame, but by the courage to understand others. And so, what began as a confrontation became a lesson for millions around the globe, that true genius lies not in knowing everything, but in feeling deeply and in using that gift to make the world a kinder place. Even today, years later, those who witnessed that unforgettable moment at Harvard still speak of it in hushed tones as the day John Kennedy met Lin Mai, the girl with the 200-plus IQ broken bar, and discovered the power of the human heart.